Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Now it seems that we just researched liquid-fueled rockets. Sorry you missed that, but I mean, not too interesting. All that happens is to pop up. What I think we're gonna go for next is we're researching that currently. Yeah, so we have the electronics tree almost done. Really, well, not almost done, but we have everything for 1936 done. So we can't do anything else without getting the ahead of time penalty, which just adds more time to researching it. But, you know, you can still research it if you really want it, but nothing too good comes out of it. My industry tree is... These are things you want to go for. One thing you really want is Freon refrigeration. It lowers your minimum consumer goods factories. And consumer goods factories are important because you have... Oh, I should probably... I'll just pause it. You have so 72 civilian factories. Well, you have to have some producing civilian goods. Meaning if I'm using 20 in consumer goods or something like that, I'd only have 52 left for trading and construction. So, yeah, you want to get that going pretty fast, because that means I have more factories left over. Three days and 5 hours, and these are 35, darn. No locked templates, darn. Currently, they're taking a lot of casualties fighting all these battles. Looking good. All we need is more artillery and paratrooper equipment and a few other things. We need 11 more upgraded fighters, 367 upgrades for machine guns, but those are easy to make, 13 upgraded coastal artillery equipment, and that's it. But like I said, that Capital Falls, they only have one division there. That's kind of stupid, but I think they're moving this division there to help. Because they want as many defenders on their capital as possible. They lose their capital, they got a lot of issues. The capital would probably move either Sibilis or Valladolid. If I'm not pronouncing that right, don't get mad at me if you're from Spain, but I doubt too many people are who watch this channel, since you know it's not in Spanish. Now this is a good focus to go for, because it gives us 50% reduced ahead of time penalty for mechanized troops. And you really want mechanized troops, because currently if I made a mechanized division, it would just give them motorcycles, and that's not very good. But this 50% ahead of time penalty, instead of taking 1,760 days, it would take whatever, not quite half, but about half of that. and you wouldn't research it immediately. Like, I want to go for garrison training first, probably. None of the cool stuff comes till after that, when you get the MP40, improved infantry equipment, AT rifles and mines. Then you got Panzerfaust, Panzerschrecks. Things get a lot better the further down the line you go. And our troops are here. And this is how good they are. They can immediately smash through the front. 98. And you have to get 100 to be successful. We estimate the battle will be less than a day. So since this won't take very long, yeah, we don't need to move there. Let's just go here. Okay, but I think I'll explain the combat system to the best of my knowledge. Since these are tanks and because of their support equipment, well, hang on, I'll start up here. Max speed, that's how fast you can go. Strength represents how much damage this unit can suffer before it's destroyed. Organization, it indicates how ready it is for combat, and it has buffs or penalties depending on how high or low it is. Reconnaissance is it's how well you scout ahead and see what kind of enemies you have. Reliability is 10%, an extra reliability bonus from support companies like, I think this is the maintenance company. It makes all these things less likely to break down. All of these have individual reliabilities, but that just gives it a plus 10%. That's all there's. Experience loss, that means when people get killed, they're less likely to be experienced soldiers. And trickleback, when people get killed, they're more likely to be saved by the hospital than flat out killed. Soft attack, how much damage it does against soft units like infantry. Hard attack, things like tanks and forts. Air attack, planes. Defense is how many enemy attacks a unit can attempt to avoid while in defensive, effectively allowing it to hold the line longer. Breakthrough, how many attacks a unit can attempt to avoid while on the offensive, effectively allowing it to stay on the offense longer. Breakthrough is important because I can attack, take less damage, and punch through that line. Initiative, the higher initiative a unit has, the quicker it can reinforce into battle, and the quicker it gets its planning done. That's important, but not too important, but piercing is important. If I'm fighting a heavy tank, my piercing needs to be higher than its hardness, which is here. Hardness, and so we have soft attack taking 60%, hard attack taking 39%. So yeah, that's good. Meaning, if we're fighting like infantry that have no AT weapons, we'll only take 60% of their damage. Entrenchment is how deep they can dig in while on the defensive. How many fortifications they can make without any construction. Equipment capture ratio is really nice. Let's say having units surrounded, I already talked about that, where they're easy to destroy and crush. Well, if when you destroy them, you get 2% of their equipment as captured. It can be buffed, but it's kind of difficult. Combat width is how many enemies it can engage at once, how wide its battle formation is. Attrition is bad. Basically means how tired and lack of equipment the unit has. Weight is how many transports it needs. Fuel capacity, how much fuel it can hold. And fuel usage, how fuel efficient it is. Fuel was added in a recent update, and that's bad. Okay, but say we can deliver oil and get positives. are we going to need to deliver even more oil than that? 27 days to complete. Darn. That'll be fast. Why aren't any of them helping? And, the battle's undecided, so gotta pull him out. Because you get a bonus from attacking from multiple directions. You're probably taking casualties, so hold you. Wait for 16 hours while you get transported. The game doesn't usually run this slow. It's just, I'm running with higher audio quality and at 1080p. But now, we can have all units attack from multiple directions, and boom, we're winning the battle. They can pierce both of our divisions. Because they have light armor. Now they're getting bonuses from the terrain, so they're like mountaineers. We're taking severe penalties from the terrain, because, where are we? Mountains, yeah, tanks don't work very well in mountains. Tactics, unfortunately you can't pick them yourself, but it's what your units are using. And they all have bonuses and penalties. It's good. Encirclement's really good. It cuts the enemy's supply off. Do we have air superiority? It doesn't tell me, darn. I would assume there's no real air resistance. I'm not sure who has. Who are you guys getting supplies from? You have volunteers from us and Italy, equipment from us and the Spanish Procaderic and Morocco, and the enemy is getting volunteers from the Soviet Union. And because of how huge the Soviet Union's army is, they get to have a lot of volunteers. Uh-oh. I don't see any. I don't see any Italians there. What a scam. On the bright side, neither do the Nationalist or the Republic. Neither of them have, how do I say it? Tanks, armor, artillery, anything good. It's kind of like Soviets, but without the manpower. They're just like rushing massive amounts of infantry. But they're not very good infantry. Like, look, what type of, what are you? Yeah, brigades. They're brigades. Yeah, that's a garrison. That's why they're defending so well. But that's a militia. Those are Parstons. They're literally just people that found guns and are now fighting. So, an Italian mountaineer division. That's probably helping. Oh, jeez. But the reason I sent them here is not only do I want Nationalist Spain to win, but I sent my best divisions because look how much experience they're gaining. They're already at seasoned soldiers. I sent them there as regulars. They're level 14. It goes to 21. I don't know why. But I sent them there at level 8, I think. They've already gained 6 levels of experience. Slows down the better they get, but it's still good. Okay, get your regular soldiers through. That's 11, so I think we sent them regular soldiers too. So yeah. Enough equipment can be trained in a single infantry division. Please? No. We still need more artillery. Darn artillery. But you know how all the nations start without any, with massive gaps in their logistics, lack of equipment? Yeah, well, they just train more soldiers. And when your soldiers only have 50% of the equipment they need, they're not very effective. Meaning France's army is probably twice my size, maybe. Yeah. See, we're already about to win. Oh, I think we did win. Aha! Let's help these guys. 38. Aha, we're winning. Medical research. That means your generals are less likely to get sick, which is super annoying. Can't do those yet. Fluorescent lighting. Ooh, commercial plastics. Lack of resource penalty or efficiency cap. I should probably explain production too. So these are all the buffs and things of production. Output, that's the total amount of stuff you're putting out as a buff. So you're putting out 10 a day. Now you're putting out 13 a day because you have plus 30%. That's base. If I start making something new, that's how good the efficiency is. That's the cap. That's how high it can possibly get. How efficient it can get. It's retention. If I change what a production line does, it'll kind of have good buffs. Production efficiency growth is how fast our efficiency we get efficiency. Factory bomb vulnerability. How vulnerable our factories are to being bombed. You know, if you're going to be strategically bombing us, how many factories will get destroyed? We have max efficiency. Every factory puts out, I think it's 4 output a day. Yeah. So for total 10 factory, that's 40 output. But we only have 25 or so % efficiency. So we're like getting 10 output, and they have like 0.5 something. Yeah. Hey, help. You fall back. Why do you have attrition? Ah, jeez. 13%. Lost an organization. 2 organization. This is terrible. But we're winning the battle at least. And since they're all encircled, unless they all retreat from the port of Bilbia on a boat, then we'll have them all encircled, and we can destroy all these divisions, causing massive casualties and capturing a lot of equipment. I'm pretty sure the equipment goes to the Spanish nationalists, but I don't really care. I don't want a bunch of trashy equipment from people who don't even have tanks or artillery or literally anything. How angry they would get if I sent them like a single fighter. That's probably all I have. So that red line going down the middle, that's how far the front lines move. That's where they started the Civil War. Hasn't moved very much. Oh, we gained a little bit of ground, but they gained some ground too. What? It's like they switched. They're gaining ground over here, so that's not good. But I think since we've won that battle, I think we're going to end for today. See you guys next time.